Welcome back to Shenington, where we are ready to go then with our first final of the weekend. It is the Mini X30s. So let's get straight over to your race commentators, Jake Sanson and Alan TDi, for the grid positions.
Thanks, Kev. I love a good race around Shenington, and Mini X30 surely going to give us one. George Robinson and Ashton Wiggins, Morgan Hill and Finn Leslie, Jack Hobson and Jack Owen Drawbridge. Rounding out the field, it's Alexander Zingarevich and Lucas Field in row 4. Let's get our way underway, and it's a great start from Wiggins. He's got the whole shot. We're on board with Lucas Field. Hobson to our left. Are we going to get there on the inside line as the field tries to tuck in? Oh, not only have we got past Hobson, we got past Hill. And now we're making a run for the pole man, George Robinson. Goodness me, a terrific start. Up to second comes Finn Leslie, and we break for the hairpin. Is everybody going to get through okay? That was pretty tight for Lucas Field. And up and on the curbs there, Morgan Hill. Unfortunately shuffled in the pack now, down to the back of the field. But there's going to be plenty of overtaking in this Mini X30 race. It may be a reduced field, but this is definitely going to give us plenty of drama. There's Jack Owen Drawbridge in front of us, and we are on board. And once again from Lucas Field on the inside. Gets the run up towards Wilkins, gets the overtaking move before we even turn in. And now on the exit, that is Jack Owen Drawbridge trying to get straight back into the action once more. They come over the line and up towards Cafe Corner into lap 2. We're going to slice it to the left-hander. Here comes Hobson! Storms on the inside line of Jack Owen Drawbridge and gets the overtaking move. That was very neat and tidy. As we go back to the front end of the field, and it's Leslie, Wiggins and Robinson. They charge their way through a lap further on, and as you can see, George Robinson has got past Ashton Wiggins. But Wiggins, crucially, has not fallen away from those two up front. So he's still very much in the hunt for this victory. Lucas Field having worked his way through to 4th place, battling away with Morgan Hill. In fact, I think Hill might have just made the move to get into 4th place at the chicane. So he is now in P4, but Finn Leslie being hunted down by Robinson and Wiggins.
Leslie leads a race this season for the very first time, and he set the fastest lap here as well. There's no Macaulay Bishop, the championship leader, here this weekend. Others are missing too. So lots of opportunities to get a great result.
Check out how close George Robinson is getting on the run to the hairpin, though. He may get a chance here on Finn Leslie. Leslie is actually thinking of going a bit more defensive to try and back George Robinson into Ashton Wiggins as Lucas Field bangs in the fastest lap of the race, not being hampered by defensive tactics or drivers charging up behind him. He is there pushing again as he tries to close up on Jack Hobson, who has worked his way forward. So it's Hobson who is 4th place, then Field, then Morgan Hill, and then it is Zingarevich in front of Jack Owen Drawbridge. They come over the finish line, foot planted firmly on the throttle as you go through the left flick, then you ease off the power a little bit to try and gain momentum through Cafe Corner. Some drivers don't even brake there, they literally just lift off and let the momentum of the kart carry them through. You definitely need to be on the brakes for the hairpin here because you're carrying so much speed. Up comes George Robinson again to try and flick out behind Finn Leslie and get the move. But these three are not going anywhere at the moment. Hobson and Field are actually gaining ground on them. Hobson with a new fastest lap, a 45.02. This could be a 5-way scrap.
Hobson is a race winner this season, of course, so he knows he's got the pace to take this one if he can get there. He's got to get there, then overtake, and this is a track that you can overtake on, assuming, of course, people just don't white line the entire track and drive the inside line, which we have seen in some of the earlier heats. Whether we'll see it in the finals will remain to be seen, but you can see now Jack Hobson and on board here with Lucas Field. It's now a 5-way battle for the lead.
It certainly is, and Field is actually working with Hobson to get a little bit closer to the leading trio. Up on the inside, Robinson's going to lose out here. Wiggins is through, and look, Field is going to try and work with Hobson to get through, but he can't quite get on the same wavelength as Hobson in time to take themselves past Robinson. I could see what Hobson was doing there with Field. He was trying to communicate with him, going, look, he's run wide. Let's go together. Let's both get past him in one fell swoop. And he didn't quite react in time there, Lucas Field, to go with Hobson's idea. Either that, or he just felt, well, no, that's not my method. I'm going to try another trick a little bit later on. But as I saw, here's the move from Hobson on the inside into Cafe. Through into 3rd place. Nice overtake there from Jack Hobson, but watch for Wiggins. He's got an opportunity here on Finn Leslie. Into the braking zone. And Hobson, now that he's into 3rd position, looking safe. We're on board with Lucas Field as he closes in on the Jack Dex Racing driver George Robinson, who was battling for the victory. Still is, of course, but is now down in 4th place, which is definitely going to make that fight a little bit harder to achieve. But Finn Leslie trying desperately on the Madcock chassis here to hang on from the Tony Kart privateer entry of Ashton Wiggins, who is working very hard here in 2nd place to try and get one over on the race leader, Finn Leslie. But it's always a tough situation for a young driver to be leading a race like this for the first time. Hobson on the inside line, and Wiggins has to back out of the apex, and that drops him to 5th position. That was very opportunistic indeed from Jack Hobson. He basically forces Wiggins to bail out of the corner as Robinson now gets his move on the inside of field. So excellent opportunism from Jack Hobson. That's the kind of racecraft that can win you the race.
Absolutely brilliant racing by the drivers here. Lucas Field there made a place up into 3rd through Cafe Corner when Hobson was making that move on Wiggins. Wiggins has dropped back, so you can see now Wiggins in 5th place. A little bit of work to do. Here comes Robinson.
Side by side as he tries to come in, and now Lucas Field gets up in front, up on the inside of Robinson, and going for Hobson. Field is in a 2nd. Robinson through to 3rd. Robinson now tries for 2nd himself. Oh my goodness. All 3 of them giving it absolute 7 bells. Hobson again tries again on the run to the hairpin. Robinson back through into 2nd place. Here comes Field again on the inside. That's caught Robinson out. Hobson now through into 3rd. Amazing racecraft. That was about 5 overtakes in 3 corners.
And that little bit of action there demonstrates what karting is all about. And look what it's done for Finn Leslie, Jake. These 4 here now, the 3 of them at the time battling has allowed Ashton Wiggins back in the mix. And it's allowed Finn Leslie to get what? That's a good 15-length kart lead.
It certainly is. For Finn Leslie, Father Christmas came on the 2nd weekend of September, didn't it? Absolutely brilliant. He's been gift wrapped in a victory in the final here.
Yeah, he wouldn't have seen it. It would have all been going on behind him. But if he looks behind him now, he'll think, where are they all gone?
So here's Hobson trying again now on the inside of field and should get that done, no problem. Robinson is alongside him. There's not a lot of edge to his overtaking move there, and that's why Lucas Field is able to hold on to his 3rd position. Robinson just having a little look on the inside, but you need to be forceful on the exit of that apex to hold the driver at bay. But Robinson was not quite able to get into 3rd place. So again, it's all down to what Lucas Field does here. Does he go for Jack Hobson nice and early into the apex at Cafe and get himself back into that 2nd place spot? He's definitely thinking about it. Turns into the move. And it's as they were as they go through Cafe Corner this time, but Hobson definitely now at the head of the quartet, chasing after Finn Leslie. Field's got good momentum though, underneath Hobson, and he'll get the move on the inside. Robinson's going to go with him, and Ashton Wiggins tries to get there, but hasn't quite got the momentum on the inside line.
Again, that's another move in the Stratford hairpin, and we can't see it from here, but there's no doubt Finn Leslie will have pulled another 2 or 3 kart lengths just because of that move. But great action, brilliant action in this race.
Robinson tries again now on the inside line in a 2nd. Hobson goes with him, and so desperately trying to hold on to 4th place on the inside curve. Field just manages to keep Wiggins at bay, but Wiggins will try again into the left, into Cafe, through the right, and Wiggins has to back out of it. This is excellent stuff. Great pictures from the 360 on board. Last lap, and this is all going to be about what George Robinson can do. He comes into the hairpin, dives on the inside of Hobson, gets 2nd place. Very nice overtake, but is there going to be more from Field? Back on towards the Bruno Ferrari chicane. Looking for his way. Robinson just a little bit squirrely in the first part of the apex. Now they go down the back straight together, and they're both defending from Field. Field has got good momentum. Up into the hairpin at Wilkins. Field is not going to want to hang around. They get on the inside curve. Hobson gets in on Robinson. Field is there as well. Leslie's going to take the victory. Brilliant race from him. 2nd for Hobson. And so close to the line between Field and Robinson. I think Lucas Field just got there for the 3rd step of the podium. Indeed he does. Robinson only 4 thousandths behind him. Wiggins in 5th from Morgan Hill, Jack Owen Drawbridge and Alexander Zingarevich. Finn Leslie, first time winner this season though, big plaudits to him. Hobson having to fight for 2nd place, and our cameraman, Lucas Field, what a finish right the way down to the line.
Well, how about that? The future of karting is in safe hands with those Mini X30 drivers there. 5 of them fighting out at the front, but Finn Leslie just got a bit of an advantage, and while the rest got involved in battling it away behind him, he was able to maintain a lead and hold it all the way to the checkered flag. Well done then to Finn Leslie. Let's find out what Finn had to say at the podium.
Finn, congratulations on a fantastic win. It was pretty tight early on, wasn't it? You got away in the end, but just talk us through the early stages of that race.
Well, I managed to get a good start, and so I was starting from 4th after a penalty in the pre-final. We got 2nd, caught the leader, and he pushed us for the first quarter of the race, and the guys behind us started battling, and we just managed to get away.
Who do you want to thank for your wins this weekend?
Crop Promotion, my mum and dad, Sensafely, my sponsors, and just everyone who's helped me out this weekend.
Okay, well done, great weekend.
Thank you.
Well, certainly a great weekend for Finn Leslie, and he moves up to 4th place in the championship as a direct consequence of that. It's still Macaulay Bishop, who wasn't here this weekend, who leads the championship, and frankly, all he has to do is turn up at the final round, get any sort of reasonable result to take the championship title. Jack Hobson still 2nd, and Eden Spanswick in 3rd. Join us after the break, where we're moving from Mini X30s to the juniors. Don't go away.